jiu-jitsu lovers, what we're going to do is we're going to start a little footlock series for you in the playlist on this channel. So I think the first thing we can do is just look at this straight ankle lock, because this is going to be the first thing that you guys get to do. Now, when we do leg entanglements, I can have an outside, okay, or an inside lock on the leg, and you can sit and you can just kind of practice these entries, making sure that you get a nice little pinch between your knee and your foot, and we can lock it up here, okay, or it can be on the outside, okay. So this would be an outside entanglement, and this would be an inside, okay, obviously because the foot's on the inside line and then it's on the outside, much like the inside heel hook and the outside heel hook, okay. When we hit this ankle lock, most of the time what's happening is we're flexing the foot here and there's pressure coming down on the foot here and up here. But what we're going to do for you today is just have a look at how we can make this a little bit tighter again. So if you just pop around this side, and you can practice this without the leg entanglement first, is when I lock this up and I come over the top of the toes, instead of just being over the top of the toes and coming straight back, let's try and curl our elbow around so we get this nice little footlock position on the foot. Now, when he tries to turn his toes up, there's already really good pressure on it. So you can practice just kind of getting the tap from here and making sure that your elbow really squeezes in and locks that foot, and then we squeeze up. Making sure, again, if you really want to cause some discomfort, making sure that we're not using the flat parts of our wrist, but the sharp parts, and really squeezing those toes over. Now this is much harder for him to lock out on. So then now, once we have the leg entanglement, remembering that unless reaping is allowed, I can't turn towards his free leg. So if reaping's not allowed, I have to be this way, and I want to make sure my foot's up, because he's going to be trying to hop his hips over the top of the foot. So I want to lock it and make it difficult for Axel to lock over the top of his foot. Once I have this here, I pull my hip back, and often I'll post on my head so my elbow can really become behind my body and lock that foot, okay? Same thing when I'm on the other side. Again, I want to be back on this foot and I want to lock it as tough as I can in and try and lock this foot. Again, a little bit different when it's in this direction, because you're not going to get this action with the foot, but when his toes are really locked in there, this is going to lead into causing a little bit more pressure on his knee, okay? But it's still going to be considered an ankle lock and not a heel hook until we come around the heel, okay? So there is your very first footlock lesson. Again, make sure you're conscious of whether you're allowed to reap or not, because once you put pressure on the outside of this knee in this reaping position, you're going to get disqualified. So make sure that we try and keep the pressure of his knee going this way, not this way. Naughty.
Man, okay, all right,